Hey guys, it's your boy Uncle P. Welcome to another episode of Smoke and Break Podcast. I should have like some cool good something happening here. You never know. I might just edit in the edit. Welcome guys, welcome. I am coming from training, super tired, high. I was smoking on my way here, so I'm very high. So I don't think I'm gonna have another joint during this episode. I am high, high. Oh wow. Alright guys, how are you guys doing? Oh guys, I hope you guys are loving the content that I'm putting out, the training content. I'm really enjoying recording it. Look, it does disturb my training a bit, but I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun with it just to show you guys what I do in the gym. I want to make it a bit more personal, where I'm gonna start recording from the moment I leave the house, or rather get a guy to record me from the moment I leave the house, the whole process to when I get to the gym, how the whole routine goes, start training, and then come back home and whatnot and what I do. And yeah, maybe just do everything that I do in the morning for at first, and then I do a recording of what I do in the evening sessions. And I'm also trying to incorporate maybe some outings. Uh, Maybe when I go out to the mall, when I go do shopping, so you guys see the kind of things that I shop for, the kind of things that I buy, how I interact with people, and so forth, and all the junk that I put in my trunk. Oh gosh, I was able to use that one. So yeah, man, guys, thank you very much. 17 views on the last video. It's good. The one before that, 21, 13. Guys, look, I'm happy. The studio, the podcast show, the first one's got 9 views. Very disappointing. 5 days, 9 views. What's wrong, guys? You guys don't like when I'm sitting in the studio, but sex, consent, what's happening? 32 views. I guess that one people like. People like things that are very toxic. Guys, let's talk about this thing, this toxicity, this desire to be to entertain toxic people. How bored are we? Or rather yet, how much time do we have on our hands? I feel like even people that are at work, you know, um, they guys, like, it's like when you're on your phone and everything else, you're going through Twitter, you're going through Facebook or anything, you're always looking for drama. What's up with that? If it's not drama, it's feminism. If it's not feminism, it's something to do with LGBTQ. What's happening with things just being normal, with things just being acceptable, with people just minding their own damn business? What happened to the posts where everybody was posting about how great their day was, how in love they are? What happened to those posts where people went on vacation, things they were doing? What happened to posts of food? People used to post a lot their food. People don't post things like that anymore. Now it's all just drama. Look, there's a post I saw on Twitter. I actually saved it. Let me find it. I want coffee. Yeah, and it read, "This guy asked me out on a date, and I met him there. When we were about to leave, he ordered an Uber. I didn't want to make him feel bad, so I left in the Uber with him. He dropped me off at mine. So basically, dropped me off at my place first and left. So I ordered a Bolt back to where we had our date and drove my car home. Crying eyes." And so that was the post that this girl posted, and then some girl retweeted this. And guys, the sadness is when I started seeing what people were saying in the comment. Some girl was on some tip that, why do I have to lower myself or lower my standards, just to make just to make a man feel good about himself or about him not owning a car. Guys, you know what? No, sometimes it's just common sense that you need to put into practice. It's just common sense. Sometimes it's not about being upset or having a harsh opinion. It's just common sense. So this girl clearly saw that this guy is really trying his best to make this date end well, go well. he's ordering me an Uber. So she didn't want to be an asshole about it or make him feel bad because now he's living with the Uber, she's got a car. He might feel shit about it. She might have liked this guy. So she didn't want to mess this thing up. So she left with him with the Uber and then obviously went back and got a car. I don't think she did anything wrong there. Absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, what she had done, is so admirable that, if people could just, chill, just relax. It's like we put so much pressure on ourselves. It's like we meet these girls on social media who are really struggling. A lot of you guys are struggling and you don't want to admit it. You put the front. So when we're going out on a date and I invite you to a date, now I show up there dressing up so expensive, driving a Mercedes, a BM, or whatever expensive car, and maybe you came there with a boat. You do realize that a guy can also judge you and be like, okay, this is the level of girl she is. Regardless. And then he looks at what you're wearing and he's like, you know what I'm saying? Now let's go to your place. Guys, you gotta stop putting this type of unnecessary pressure on each other. This pressure of what to wear on dates, what to look like. Guys, dates were supposed to be fun. What the hell are you guys doing? The problem is you guys have idolized this slay queen going to expensive restaurants thing. You guys don't even wear formal when you go to this restaurant. She ain't wearing no red dress with no red high heels. You ain't wearing no three-piece suit. But you want to put that type of pressure on yourselves. Dates were supposed to be fun. You guys were supposed to put on some sneakers, man. Go have fun, laugh, get to know each other. You see, the problem is, guys, you guys start things so seriously and so formal that you guys have to keep it that way. Even if you go clubbing, your clubbing is so formal. Guys, start being yourself, man. Just be yourself. Relax, do you, man, and stop stressing yourself about all these unnecessary things. And look, there was some very toxic comments. Like I said, we entertain a lot of toxicity these days. We like this toxic behavior. And I honestly, look, when I joined Twitter, which was, I think it was this year. I think it was this year. Let me check. May. Oh, wow. May 2020. Jeez. Time is flying, hey? I joined Twitter in May 2020. I thought I joined Twitter this year. But anyways, okay. So when I joined Twitter, I met a lot of amazing people, guys. And I spoke to them for a very long time, and we shared some, we went on space together, we did a lot of things, we even planned to meet up. Eventually, obviously, I met up with one of them. But eventually, obviously, our lives took over and everybody just did what they needed to do. We never ended up meeting up and everybody moved on. I don't even see their tweets anymore. But one thing that I wanted to say, so I had some of the people that I actually stopped talking to because they were so toxic. Toxic in the sense of the advices or the posts that they used to share or the things they used to post were so toxic that when I would contact them in their personal capacity, I would leave the post on Twitter and I'll go talk to them in their personal capacity, like on WhatsApp. Hey, what's up, man? Yo, that post you posted, dude, what the hell, man? Seriously? And they wouldn't respond. And then I'll be like, dude, I'm trying to get your attention here to make you realize that thing you put there, I understand it's your opinion, but I know you personally, and personally that's not your opinion. But then on social media, for some reason, people are completely different from what they are in real life. Guys, I'm telling you, and I'm not talking about fake in a sense of pretending to have money or pretending to have an expensive car or live a flamboyant lifestyle whatsoever. No. I'm talking about literally personality and characteristic wise. You'll have a girl posting half-naked pictures, bootylicious pictures up on social media, and then you meet in real life, she's shy. No, seriously, guys, she's shy. And then you meet these girls who are very toxic and very feminist. I remember a girl, what was her name? I think her name was Cruella. Yeah, I'm actually gonna say the name because I don't even think she watches this podcast. But if anybody hears it and decides to let her know, well, guess what? I made you famous. You might not be the only Cruella. So technically, if you feel I'm talking about you, it's you. That girl is so toxic. that her advice is disgusting. The way she advises women, the way she talks about men, she wants to act like she's feminist. That moment, when you actually research her relationship and what she did in the past relationship, you're like, well, hold on, girl. So, and you find out that these girls, what has happened is they have messed their own lives so badly, that they've then decided, you know what, man, I know I can't be the only one on this boat. I'm gonna drag everybody with me. And then they start giving toxic advice. Yeah, girl, you be Miss Independent. Yeah, girl, you do you. Yeah, girl, what? Red flag. Aye, man. That moment they are sitting there looking for a man to marry their ass. There's another girl that I met also on Twitter. So she was a selling girl. What I mean, a working girl. Selling girl, working girl. She was a working girl. So one of her clients, white clients, while hiring her, liked what was happening and decided, hey man, leave this business and I'll take care of you. Move in with me and be my girl and let's live together. You don't need to do this job anymore. So eventually she decided, you know what? Yeah, I'm not really making that much money anyways, and this guy does. So let me give it a try. So she gave it a try and boom, she's in a relationship with an old white man who used to be a client. But now on social media, she portrays herself completely different, which is not a problem. She doesn't need to put her business out there. But the issue now becomes when she starts advising people, she ain't telling people truth from her experience. She's not telling people and giving people advices from her reality, but from a fictional feminist side. So when I approached her, I was like, yo, but how can you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you yourself are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I understand that practicing what you preach is hard, but guys, come on. How are you going to advise women that men ain't shit when it is a man who took you out of the dumpster? Look, I ain't saying that being a working girl, you're dumb. No. I'm saying the only reason you'd be a working girl is because the world or the society has pushed you to do it. Nobody does it by choice. Nobody. If anybody wants to come and say to me they did it by choice, I apologize. That's your choice then. But honestly, from the people I've spoken to, they don't do it by choice. Life pushes them to do it. So we consider it as a dump. When life forces you to do things you don't want to do, it's trash. So this man took you from that. But then you're going around social media and calling men trash and this and that and that, when a man is the one that is putting clothes on your body, food on your table every single day. Even though, and you're going around cheating on that man, and I know this for a fact. You're going around cheating on that man. You still have those past behaviors that you're doing, and he's aware of it, but because he has accepted you, he takes you with your tweets. But yet, you're on social media telling everybody, man, I'm trash. Guys, come on now. I just, when it comes to people like that, for me, I will call you out. I think it's unnecessary. I think it's very unnecessary, guys. People are just not real anymore. But anyways, so yeah, that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about is consistency. You know, there's a lot of things that I realized that is failing in our lives is because we're not consistent with ourselves. So many times, so many times, we give up way too soon. You know, it's like, let me give you guys an example. It's like with this podcast. You know, when you check how many people watch this podcast, if you check how many people subscribe compared to the number of people that I know, you'll be like, you'll get frustrated. You'll be like, flip, man, I should be having flipping 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 subscribers right now. I should have so many people commenting and following. I should have so many people buying my t-shirts, my hoodies, and wearing them. You know, by now we would have given up. The kind of money I've invested, so I don't go get my clothes made. I make them myself. So I've got the room on my left hand side. I've got equipment and everything that I actually make these t-shirts. I could have given up long time ago. I could have given up last year, the year before that. I've had so many talk shows, Real Talk MMA, Real Talk Combat Sports. I have had MMA promotions. I've had a magazine. I'm planning to even have a smoke and bake magazine soon also. I'm going to be releasing a magazine that talks about cannabis and everything else. It's going to be pretty awesome. The benefits and also it's going to also have obviously your general topics, your normal stories, your scandals, and and this and some events that we did. It's going to be quite interesting. I'm still putting the idea together. Guys, I could have given up a long time ago. A lot of people ask me like, people, how do you watch that? You don't even make money doing this. First of all, for the podcast alone, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. I love doing this. For me, like I said, I think I said it in one of the shows. For me, this is like a diary. It's like talking to myself, and well, technically I am talking to myself. It's like talking to myself, writing on a diary, talking to myself, interacting, just getting what's in my head out, so that I almost can, it's like a mirror. I'm looking at it, because the camera's right there, I'm looking at myself, and I'm just mirroring, talking my thoughts out. And I get the satisfaction of that one of these days, somebody's going to watch this and it's going to touch them a certain way, it's going to move them a certain way, it's going to make them feel a certain way. When all the other benefits come, the benefits is obviously the money, because people want to advertise on the show, they want the relationship and the friendships, the partnerships that you're going to create, because you got a host here, you got a guest here, you got now got a producer, it becomes a whole production. The fame, now people know who you are, everybody wants to be around you, and then when all that happens, or if all that happens, it shouldn't change the purpose behind why you do things. And I think that's the problem with us. You see, we're not consistent with our reasoning, we're not consistent with our purpose, we're not consistent with our doing, we're not consistent with our acts. The reason why you started something should never change. The reason why you're doing something should never change. And that's the problem. I think that's where we usually go wrong. We're not consistent with anything. So it's like, I have a friend who was doing clothing. So he basically started his clothing brand, and he focused on gym gear, and then he was doing females and males, and he was doing pretty well. So when I started my company, he came to me and says to me, hey dude, listen, I want to start doing my clothes with you, and I feel like with you I can get things done quicker and this and that. Can you please help me out? I'm like, yeah. No, definitely, I'll help you out. So he came through, he brought a couple of t-shirts, he came with a couple of designs, we did them, we took them, we tried selling them. 3 weeks, he comes back, I said, yo, dude, it took you 3 weeks to sell this? I said, look, I gave him a couple of advice on how to market and promote and everything else. He said, okay, cool. I don't know what he did with the advice. So he went, he did his thing. He came back, he said, yo, listen, I got this client and I want to make these t-shirts. Alright, cool. We made the t-shirts, he went, he did his thing, he came back, I think a month later. I said to him, yo, bro, what's up, man? You got talent for this thing here, man. Why don't you do content? When you make your t-shirts, record how the t-shirts are made, how you come up with ideas, when you give it to the clients, ask the clients to send you pictures or videos, if they take any, when you go out with your friends, make sure that they're all wearing the t-shirts, get shit out there, a lot of people, and I kept pushing him and I kept pushing him and I kept pushing him and I kept telling him and I kept telling him and I kept telling him. Whoa, did this brother not suddenly go out there and start telling people I want to steal his idea and I just want to make money out of him? Keep in mind, when I used to do his things, I never used to charge him. I was very shocked. I was very shocked when I heard that. The thing is, I just saw that the guy didn't have consistency, and his lack of consistency was causing him to lose interest in something that he was really, really good at. But anyways, we eventually parted ways. I continued doing my thing. He went to go do his thing. And eventually contacted him and says, hey, listen, I want to do this really seriously. I need to come and have a chat with you. Whatnot. Cool, no problem. Come through, Blair. He comes through. We sit down and we talk. So I said to him, listen, you know, one thing I realized, it's very expensive to buy the equipment, but it's worth it. Because once you have it, you can make a t-shirt at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. You can get you can design anything at any given time and put it out there and just see what happens. And he was like, okay, cool. Flip, man. Okay, let me go and see what I can do in regards to saving the money, putting the money together. I said, cool. He left. I think I saw him like 2 months later. He came through. Hey, what's up? Yeah, no, I've been trying, selling t-shirts here and there, doing this and doing that. Okay, guys, my coffee's here. Excuse me. My beautiful partner and son brought me coffee. All right, guys, so I got my coffee, so my throat will be clearer. Okay, where was I? So, he left. 2 months later, comes back. Hey, I've been trying to sell some t-shirts, do a couple of things, start to put money together so I can buy the equipment and this and that. And man, it's crazy, man. This, a girl fall pregnant and that, just a whole bunch of stories. So I said to him, okay, cool, listen, I'm willing to help you. I happen to have some equipment, I have 3 of them, some I have 2. I can help you out. So the most important thing is you need a cutter in order to be able to cut your vinyl. You need a heat press in order to be able to heat it. And obviously the software is computer and everything else. Do you have a computer? Yes, I have a computer. Cool. So I give him a couple of equipment. Cool. Guy goes, starts doing his thing, and dude, he's doing his thing. He's pumping. Man, t-shirt after t-shirts. He's marketing in such a way that he even starts taking clients that I was going after. I was like, okay, cool. Dude is doing well. So I went to go see him. I said, yo, hey, listen, you're doing extremely well. Quick question. How would you like to partner up? We open up a bigger company and I put the money in, we put the resources, and we do what we need to do. Oh, hell no. He wasn't having it. He refused. I said, okay, cool, no problem. I left it. I went about my business. I continued doing my thing. Then I started hearing his clients started leaving him eventually and coming to me. And every time the client would come, it would be like, wait, weren't you printing there? I would always ask that because, I know the guy and you kind of don't want him to come back and be like, yo, dude, you're poaching or stealing my clients. Because he won't believe that the clients are coming on their own or they found you on Facebook or whatever. So they all say the same things like, man, that guy, you give him a t-shirt today, one moment you get it nice, today everything is good, he's straight, it's like this, like that, 24 hours you get it, the next time you're getting it in 3 days, then you're getting it in 2 weeks, then he messes up the design. Worst of all, so we get clients that bring you custom t-shirts. Let's say a client bought a specific t-shirt somewhere, and sometimes they're very expensive. They can buy expensive jackets, and you can't make a mistake. And he makes mistakes on these expensive garments or whatever, and he doesn't take fault. So clients get upset and they started leaving and all that. So his business is going bad. Consistency, guys. And one of the things that helped me in business is I was always consistent. I always made sure that products are done in time, that they deliver in time. When I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I never overpromise. I never overpromise. I never take more than I know that I can do. And if I have done that, I always make sure that I have a backup plan, like another company that can assist, a friend or two, something. And within 6 months, I believe, 6 months, he had purchased a car. He got a house that he was paying off. Dude was doing well. I mean, I knew that because I could see statuses and posts and everything else. And it's not like we were enemies. We just never really spoke. And then, obviously, I started catching up with him. He started taking clients' money and not doing the work. Over promising, claiming that he can do things that he couldn't do, and that's where the problem became. Now he owes people money, people are coming, starting problems in his business, fights, taking him to court, and until eventually he had to close down. And he figured close down, hustle, things weren't working out. He sold his car, bought a smaller car. Now he was about to lose his house, and he came to see me. He came to see me, and then he told me the whole story of how he lost his car and he had to buy the smaller car and everything I'm telling you right now, he basically told me. And I sat there and I just thought, wow. So I asked him a question. I said, how many times are you gonna do this? Keep coming back. I said, you're very consistent in failing. Can you be consistent in succeeding? That means consistent with doing what needs to be done in order for the success to continue occurring. And as I started talking to him, I started realizing with myself that, I need to be consistent with myself also with my life. How consistent are you when you wake up in the morning with having breakfast with your family? How consistent are you with helping your partner clean the house, washing the dishes, taking care of the kids? How consistent are you with making love to her? How consistent are you with just creating time for the both of you? Consistency. It's not how often do you do it. It's how constant. You see, the issue is not that you do not do it or you do not do it enough. The issue has always been from day one that you are not consistent. Whether it's at the workplace, you hear your boss always says you're not consistent. Whether you're a footballer, Ronaldo, Messi, all these great footballers had one thing in common. They were consistent in what? Scoring goals. I don't know why I use those two. People are about to go nuts. All the great clubs, Liverpool, Manchester United. I can't even say Arsenal. I'm going to say Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City. Leicester won that one. But let's go Barcelona, Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich. All those teams have one thing in common. They are consistent in being champions and winners. John Jones, Daniel Cormier, Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, you name it. All those athletes have one thing: consistency. And if you talk to them, they'll tell you the consistency is what led to their success. We are not consistent with anything in life. And once you start being consistent with things in life, believe it or not, things that seemed like a drag, or things that seemed like work, literally become normal. You start looking at things that you're like dragging to do, like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. They become normal. They become normal. They become normal things to you. Because of the consistency, it becomes normal. It's like people who watch those long series, Game of Thrones. In order for you to watch a series that long, man, you have to have a lot of commitment and consistency in order to remember those episodes, waiting for season after season. How is it that you're able to be so consistent in committing to something that benefits you absolutely nothing. And yet you can't pause the TV, put down the remote, put away your cell phone. This is a problem. Put away your cell phone. You just maybe go to the kitchen, wash the dishes, sweep a little bit. Just hug your wife from behind. Wink, wink. I don't know. I didn't get my lights yet, so I'm quite still dark on this side, but we will sort out lighting soon. Yeah, we'll sort out lighting soon. Consistency, guys. Consistency. Anyways, I guess you guys should get it. You get what I mean. We spoke about toxicity, people being toxic, and obviously that Twitter thingy. So yeah, man, guys, listen. A lot of people are asking me, our relationship and marriage worth it in our time? Guys, being in a relationship is amazing. It's beautiful. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. Finding the right partner, the right friend, an individual that just wants to share things with you. But the reality is not the priority. Look, everybody should, their main focus should always be to find that partner. Whether it's 1, 2, 3, but find that those partners that accept the lifestyle. Don't find them in multiples, but in secret. No. If you're gonna do, what is it, monogamy or bagonomy or zogonomy, make sure that you do it openly. Let the other parties know that, hey, we are men within this facility of the enclosure. Guys, I so badly want to say, this is the truth. The truth is relationships are worth it. They are worth every sacrifice. They are worth every single bit of the stress that they come with. But you can limit the stress, and you can limit the pain, and you can ensure the longevity. Hey, listen. It's end of the month. I perhaps did not pay my English rent. You can ensure it's lasting. English will betray you at the wrong time. Oh Lord. You can ensure a relationship can last. So there are a couple of things that a lot of us are making as mistakes. And what are those things? One, we are getting into relationships without being financially stable. Some of us are extremely young to get into a relationship. I mean, you're still in school, you're still living with your parents, you don't make your own income, and you want to get into a relationship. Guys, you're supposed to be dating. You're not supposed to be getting into a relationship. The problem is you guys are doing grown people shit while you are young. Therefore, you're expecting grown people results, and then you're getting grown people problems. You see, you guys are doing the whole cycle completely wrong. When you meet a girl, the whole purpose is not for you to commit, because commitment is grown shit. You're a child, what you committing to? You can't even commit to which cartoon to watch or which series to watch. You can't commit to other stuff. You want to commit to one woman. It's not going to happen. You're too young to be doing things like that. That's why you guys are depressed, man. And you guys are going around being toxic to each other because you guys don't know what you're talking about. You see, you guys are committing when you shouldn't be committing to nothing right now. What do I mean by that? Date, guys. Dating allows you to understand different type of people that are out there. Learn the different type of body languages that people have, the different type of mindsets, characteristics that people have, dislikes and likes. And it also allows you to see what you can tolerate and can't tolerate, and how you are willing to adjust yourself in order to accommodate someone to be a part of your life. That's the purpose of dating. So when you meet somebody and you get into a relationship and the commitment immediately walks in there. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that when you're dating, so you can date 10 multiple people. No, you date one person. The commitment in dating is purely that, listen, we together, I'm focused on you, I'm getting to know you. But the commitment of a relationship, it's usually that, hey, listen, I want you, we're going to do this. Dating, it's you and me. Usually close friends are not really involved, family is not yet involved. It's just you and me getting to know each other, experiencing each other, traveling together, doing things together. And then obviously, will you be my girlfriend? Becomes that whole thing where you now want to commit. I want you to be the only girl because I've accepted your personality characteristics. Guys, when I say will you be my girlfriend, obviously when you say yes, I'm not saying that the man is the one who makes the decision after the woman has proven herself in love. Because I know you people like to twist things. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, woman, remember, as he's doing all those things, trying to figure you out and so forth, you also seeing what he's doing and how he's trying to figure you out, and also taking your, oh, okay, I like what he does. Oh, this is cute. Oh, okay, so, and when he eventually comes and asks that question, you also look at your checklist and say, okay, throughout the process, this is what he did. And yeah, you know what? Yeah, I want this. So you are the one who ends up making the choice. We just ask the question. That's if you follow that process, I promise you'll save yourself a lot of heartache. Because eventually, as you get to know a person, as you're vibing with the person, and you guys are going through that process, you realize that this is not really it. Because people change. Living with a person and just dating a person coming and going, it's two different things. You might end up getting to a relationship because when it eventually becomes a girlfriend, you guys might decide to move in together, or she starts coming over, sleeping over, you start learning different traits, different things about her. And then from that stage you can realize this is not gonna work. But if it's gonna work from that stage, obviously engagement, I don't know, depends if it's cultural or religious. Some people move in together, some people don't. But one thing I always say, guys, do not, I repeat again, do not, and I've got 2 daughters and I'll tell them the very same thing. Do not get married until you have at least lived with that man for a year. I'm gonna tell my daughters, when your husband proposes to you, you're going to go live with your husband and take care of your husband, whatever their relationship is, that their business. I don't know how it's going to be, but you're going to go live with your husband for a year before you guys get married. Because, Lord have mercy, they are just behaving. There are things you find out, oh man, about people when you start living with them. Living with a person for a week is different than a month, it's different than 2, trust me, it's different than 3. It is definitely different than 4, 5, 6. If you can live with a person for a year and still come back and say, hey, mom, dad, pops, whatever, we want to get married, we will support you. No matter what you meet in your marriage, you can always come back home and we will advise you and make sure that your home is fixed. Because we know you went there, you tested the waters, and you accepted what you found there. So if there are things that start escalating, we are willing to guide you because we know you and accepted it, but everybody needs assistance. So that's me as a parent, or rather yet as an individual, feel that we should go about this process in order to just avoid these things where you meet a guy, you get into a relationship, you start doing things, he lives in his room, and you guys start meeting, sleeping with each other before you make you fall pregnant. Then he doesn't want responsibility, now you're a single mother, or he does take responsibility, you guys then decide to move in together, then you start struggling financially, or you don't struggle financially, you actually end up leaving that room, getting a bigger house, getting yourself a car, things starts working nicely, and then eventually starts cheating or she loses it. Things happen, guys. We also need to start accepting the fact that people grow and change. So if you want to avoid all that things that I just said now, do it the right way. Because if you're going to do it the way everybody does it and the way it's always been done, you're gonna get the same outcome. Like we always say it. What is it? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. That's what you're doing. You're doing the very same thing I did, expecting. Guys, learn from other people's mistakes. It's gonna save you a lot of money, a lot of heartaches, a lot of depression, a lot of everything. Learn from other people's mistakes. Just see what everybody else is doing. Dude, jeez, man, this is your 10th boyfriend. WTF? Talk to me. Hear what they're saying. Oh girl, these men are dogs. Okay, why is she saying these men are dogs? Or they always say this, they always say that, they always say this, they always say that. Oh, okay. So what do you say when they say that? What do you do when they say that? You're like, oh, okay, cool. So when they say that she did this, she did that, that's why this came out. Maybe, okay, maybe when a guy says this to me, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna rather say this. Make your own lane. Make your own. Guys, listen. See the mistakes of others, adjust, reposition. I promise you, we're not all bad people. Not every hot girl out there is a slave queen and wants your money and wants you to take them to Dubai. I promise you, everybody is desperate for a solid relationship, for a solid marriage, where both partners love each other, the kids are happy, and the finances are stable. Everyone, I'm telling you, it is the toxicity and the inconsistency and every other bad thing you can think of that is now happening in the world that has put us in a position where we all just don't want anything to do with anyone anymore. Anyways, guys, I love talking about relationships. I love talking about families and just life in general. I've got an idea. I've got an idea for the next show. It's gonna be pretty awesome. But anyways, I'm your boy Uncle P. I love doing this for you guys. Guys, you wanna talk to me? You know, I'm available. You know, I'm gonna put my email address here if you wanna be anonymous. I'm also gonna put this WhatsApp number here. If you just wanna talk, you know, about life and you want nobody to know, you just wanna talk to somebody, you just wanna vent. You know, your man is not doing something right, your woman is not doing something right, you know. You like a specific girl and you don't know how to approach them, or you have approached them and but things are not going the way you want them to go. Come talk to your boy, I got you. You know, God has truly blessed me with knowledge and wisdom to just understand how to go about things sometimes. Life is not perfect. Life is not perfect, but there are ways that you can just do things to get the outcome that you want. And I seem to know quite a bit of it. So yeah, man, you've got the email address, you got the telephone number. I don't know if you got all the social media links. I don't even know which way. I think I linked them here or there. I don't know. You got the social media links. This is Smoke and Bake with your boy Uncle P, man. Much love, guys.